Okay, welcome to Crystal Water Tarot for another pick-a-pile reading. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to pick 3 cards to bring us into the reading, or to bring us into choosing for a reading. And we got for pile number 2. Pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 1, we have moonlit lighting. For pile number 2, we have clean energy food. And for pile number 3, we have release resentments about money. Then for other things to help us bring us in, it's going to be these leaves. This leaf for pile number 2. And this was the 3rd leaf that I picked up for pile number 3. Then I'll pick a rune for each pile. Pile number 1, we have the blank rune. Pile number 2. And for pile number 3. So please go ahead, take your time and select a pile, and then we'll go ahead and get started with each reading. Thank you. Okay, so welcome pile 1. So when I first looked at this card and I saw the moonlighting, it never, and I know what these cards are talking about, a lot of these cards talk about careers and they talk about financial and stuff. However, it never really dawned on me that when I saw moonlighting, I just put it together with the moon and the shining and at nighttime. So then when I started reading the card, it clicked as it has to do with jobs and stuff. So it says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you and stuff. But when when I saw this moonlighting, I pictured nighttime and the beautiful way that the moon shines when you have a full moon, or when you have, that partial different, when you have the different phases of the moon. And that to me just kind of talks about when I'm thinking about when we go through our phases of our life, when we go through those different phases as we start, our jobs, and we start our careers when we're young, and as we move towards, that perfect job in our life. So that just kind of hit me as that. Then when I selected the leaf, when I was outside picking these, the leaves just kind of caught my attention, but this one in particular because of that spot. And then as I was reading this card and putting it together, the spot was just kind of like dead on, that career that you just really want. And then the blank rune, which kind of speaks to me as, opportunities. The path is clear. You can do what you want to do. So that's just kind of what that's kind of focusing on, what's just kind of talking to me about. So that's kind of what the opening of this is, and we're just going to kind of focus on where this reading is going to take us. We might continue going through your path in your journey as far as your career goes, or of course, like with most readings, we can go somewhere totally different. So let's see where we go. So we're going to draw some oracle cards first from the Ashkar Records oracle cards, which I'm probably saying that wrong. So what we have first one is professional assistance. It may be time to seek wise counsel. This could be in any life area for legal or financial advice to more personal needs, such as counseling or therapy. This may be in relation to this card as far as your dream job. This might be in information as far as, how do you achieve this? What should you do if you want to change your position or if you want to work on changing it? Schooling, education, a vocation, that sort of thing. Dependence. There is something or someone you are clinging to and it's keeping you from stepping into your light. You have everything you need to succeed and the only approval you need is your own. Gratitude. There is always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going well in your life and what you are thankful for. Scattered energy. You have too much on your plate and have lost your focus. This is causing you to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. Prioritize your well-being and create a new plan. So what I'm sensing here is that you've got a lot going on in your life. You may be looking at changing your job, looking at doing something different. Where do you want to go from here? And you may have people dependent on you, or you may be dependent on others. But however this is, be grateful for what you currently have, which I am sure you are. I'm also sensing other people should also, if the tables are turned, people should be also grateful for you for what you put into this situation. Regardless, even if you are the one that is dependent on others. But I'm sensing you may be the one taking care of others. That is why you may be holding back on changing your position, going after that dream that you want of a dream job. And scattered energies, you may have too much on your plate. You may be taking care of others. You may be trying to help them do what they want to do. So, yeah, I really do feel that you have a lot on your plate. And I feel like people may be drawing from you. People may be, again, I'm sensing that they're dependent on you. You're not dependent on them. And they just, when you talk about doing what you want to do, they keep bringing you back to, I'm sensing, you need to take care of your responsibilities. And I'm sensing some of these may not all be your responsibilities. But again, everybody's situation is going to be different. I'm sensing some of you may have children. Some of you may be taking care of your parents. The reason why I'm saying that is that because we have a fawn and a doe, a mom and a child. And even here I'm sensing we have like this elderly, I'm going to say an elder talking to a younger person. So I'm sensing that we definitely do have possibly parents taking care of children, children taking care of parents. So we definitely do have that. And only here am I getting a sense of we have people that are out on their own with this being single here. But with these two here, I'm definitely getting the feeling that we do have some different age groups dependent on one another. So yeah, so I am definitely getting it that you definitely do want to do something, but there is that something is tying you down so that you're being held back just a little bit on moving forward. So let's get a couple more oracle cards. If you are the one, regardless, you are grateful for where you are right now. You are grateful and you thank the powers that be for what you have. Because I think you've done a lot of work. You've gone through a lot to achieve what you have. And both of these cards are telling me that even though you may have a lot on your plate here, both of these cards are looking up. And that's telling me you appreciate what you have. even if you've gone through a lot, because you've traveled a long road to get here. And even with this mom here, you appreciate the bonds that you have with the people that you either support or the people who support you. And here you're willing to listen to the people around you. So then we have wise crocodile, confident, self-discovery, instinct. You need to tap into your own feelings. Maybe some of you are holding back. You don't let your confidence, yourself, your instincts, you need to tap into your own feelings. Maybe some of you don't show your feelings because you may hide them, or some of you may have grown up with, you don't let you hold in your feelings because that may not have been the way you grew up. It may not be how your family handles things. Emotions are kept inside. We don't show them. Playful raccoon, courage, problem solving, adventure. Reveal any secrets or deceptive in your life. Sometimes maybe there's people that are holding you back, who are dependent on you, who may be holding you back, who may be holding you back, telling you something because they don't want you to move forward. That may not be necessarily the truth, but they're not doing it to be ruthless or to be that, but it might be out of their own gain. Courage and problem solving, you have the ability to identify those people. You have the ability, and I think you know who those people may be. Mysterious crow, mystery, intelligence, cycle of life, observe of rebirth, life, and death. Teach me creative and destructive magic. I think that here with professional, I think you're looking for somebody to teach you. Maybe if this is something that you want to move into for professionalism, some type of new job that you want to create. I'm thinking for something that just came to mind was, when you do the glass work. I don't know what it's called. It's not coming to mind right now, but it's where you cut the glass and you put it into glass and you make stained glass windows, and you're looking for somebody to teach you that, because the artwork in that is, some people do it so beautifully, and it's like it's the artwork in that is, you have to have a teacher, somebody who has that expertise. And to me, creating that is a piece of magic, and you're looking for that in your life. Or maybe you're doing something spiritual, and that may be something that you want to go into, and you're looking for guidance in that. Sensitive deer, claritative, adaptability, divination, pay attention, and use your keen insight. Again, a lot of these cards keep going back to using your gut instinct, using your own intelligence, using your own problem-solving skills, instinct. They all go back, intuition, using your own insight. So a lot of that is really going back to, rather than being dependent on somebody else, is depending on yourself. So let's get some. Now we're going to get some oracle cards to see what the energy is currently around you. Yeah, I definitely see that you have intuition. You know what you want, you know where you're headed, you know those people that are going to support you, you know those people who may kind of not intentionally try to stop you or prevent you from going on after your dream job, but they may try to sidestep you or try to delay what you want to do. Not out of any I don't want to say harm or any bad intent, but they don't want to lose you. You're an important part of their world. You know, they may be dependent on you, and you're a wonderful and good person, and they know that they rely on you, and they know that you're always going to be there, and they're afraid that if you go on to do your dream job or you go on to do something else, that they may lose you. So I think when they try to maybe delay what you want to do, or they try to prevent you from moving on, it's more of a fear of not having you there or having you out of their lives. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands, which is a celebration. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Strength card. And then we have the Fool in reverse. So what I'm sensing with this one here, bear with me one moment, please. Is that, I just gotta fix the camera. Is that with this here, is that there's gonna be some kind of a celebration. There is somehow you're going to come together. Maybe there's going to be some kind of a celebration or some kind of a union where you're going to actually get what you want. You're going to achieve something. You know, maybe rather than, you know, normally this is like of a coming together, you know, a celebration, but I'm seeing a celebration. You're going to celebrate yourself. You're going to celebrate that you're going to start, and it's not going to be like a gigantic celebration, but it's going to be like little, because you're going to start to take little steps. You're going to make, you know, it might be just working on your dream job as you make little steps, because the Eight of Pentacles talked about paying attention, working on something with focus. So you may start to work towards your dream job that part-time. You may start to study whatever you want to do full-time. So it's going to be just little bits and pieces, because then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which talks about evaluating. It talks about patience, you know, looking at your commitments and all of that. So you're committed to, you identify that, yeah, you're committed to doing what you want to do, but you're also committed to the people that you take care of, that may be dependent on you. So it's kind of you got a lot on your plate. So that's what it all goes back to. But you're also committed to making your dreams come true. So you're going to end up getting there, I see, because you're strong and you can make this happen, but it's going to take a lot of patience. And you're not ready to take that big leap of just leaving anybody behind, because I feel that you're not that type of a person to just say, yep, it's all about me and I'm just going to walk away. I don't see that. And you're also not foolish enough just to drop your job and just say, this is what I'm going to do. Whoop-de-doo, here I go. So you've got the patience to evaluate your situation and literally study, plan, and just take little steps and work out what you need to work out to get where you want to be. It may not happen overnight, but if you take little steps, maybe you do your dream job on the side and you just make little things happen. You know, maybe it's if you want to do something like doing, I'm thinking like woodworking or even stained glass. You do little projects and you sell them at a craft show, and then all of a sudden you find yourself one day, this is your full-time job. If you watch the news and stuff, you see people where, you know, they start doing something on the side and all of a sudden their thing. If we go back to this rune, you've got the blank rune. So it's all up to you on how you want to move forward with this. But I do sense that, again, you're going to make it, but it's going to be, you're going to have to do it on your terms, and it's going to have to be where you're not going to force it, you're not going to push it, you're going to be patient. You just have that patience to do what's right when you need to do it. And I'm also sensing with this here, as you do it, the people who are afraid of losing you are going to celebrate with you. They're going to celebrate those things instead of being fearful of losing you. As you make those little steps, as you start working on these things gradually, and they see how happy it makes you, rather than being fearful of losing you or fearful of watching you go away, as they see how excited you are. You know, if maybe you're into computers and you do a part-time and you start repairing computers, or you do part-time programming, or whatever the case may be, they see how happy it makes you, and you make progress because you take one course and you pass it. They're going to start celebrating these small things with you rather than being fearful. And that is so much better than just, you know, having everybody fearful around you, because then rather than having that positive energy, you just end up with a lot of fearful energy. And nobody likes that. Okay, then we have the Ten of Pentacles for moving on to the future, which is, I see abundance. I see happy times, money coming in as you progress. Ace of Cups. I see, you know, I see if you're not, I see love, happiness, good times. Justice. And for me, justice means that you've done all of this. So now it's kind of like fair play. And so now it's kind of like fair play. After all that work that you've done, you know, it's about time. You know, it's you've done all that work, and what's fair is fair. You've given people your time. You've been there for people. Now it's time for you to do what you want to do. It's time for you to be happy and to live the dream that you've wanted to dream. Then we've got the Four of Cups. And so, you know, you've been living that day-to-day life for so long. You know, you're done just kind of taking what's been handed to you. And you're done just kind of like, you know, life kind of handed you this bowl and you've just kind of gone through with it. You know, they handed you this job and you've done it. You've been a trooper. But now you're doing what you love. You're doing what you can do. And with the Three of Pentacles, it is that you're recognized. You're doing what you want to do, and you're being recognized for a job well done. People are recognizing everything that you've done for them. They've recognized everything that you've been through, that you've gone through to get where you are. And they're recognizing what you should have been doing, and they're seeing why you love doing what you wanted to do for so long. So this to me is like a win-win situation. Yeah, people are trying to hold on to you, and they will always hold on to you because you are a wonderful person and you're a giving person. So, and they don't want to lose you, and who would? But they also recognize why you want to do what you do, and they also recognize that you don't want to leave them, but you also need to be happy, and you also need to do what you want to do. So now we're going to get an angel card, an angel number. Okay, we have number 444, protection, change, rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character, and love. Get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. Again, justice, the justice card came out, the truth and love. You've got the love around you. The people are going to support you once they realize that you're not going anyplace. Then we've got 2112. It's up to you. Someone watching over you, good fortune, unforeseen forces, direction. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving in the right direction. If you see this number, it's a sign that everything will work out in your favor and dreams will come true. Both of these numbers talk about your dreams. Both of these numbers talk about things working out for you, which is awesome. Two final oracle cards. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, which is letting them see what you really want to do and letting them see, your happiness and your true calling. Surrender to the divine, full moon. Both of these, interesting enough, are full moons, full moon in Aquarius and the full moon. So surrender to the divine. Let them, again, let the powers that be help you and move on. But again, let people see what you truly want to do. And again, you don't have to do it overnight. You don't have to take big steps, little steps. And again, it can be a course. It can be reading on it. It can be, ordering a book or reading a book online, researching it, and then taking little steps and then making a plan. It doesn't have to be anything major. I mean, sometimes taking little steps and learning about it and then studying it and on how you can do something, it's all in the plan. It's all just little things. So I hope this is helpful to somebody. Thank you for joining me. I hope you come back again and see you real soon. Thank you. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. I would love to hear your story. Thank you. Okay, welcome back, pile number 2. So the card that you chose was Clean Energy Food. When you fuel your body with healthy organic diet, you increase your energy levels and the ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficient, better ideas and higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. So this ruin, when I pulled it out, it relates to warrior and it relates to energy. So these here go along great, so wonderfully together. Then when I was looking at the leaf that I had chosen to go with this pile, I'm also noticing that it's like the same color. It like matches the apples. You know, if you got the red here and the green. So it's like this here just goes together so beautifully. So, but again, it talks about putting things into your body, clean energy, food. It talks about relationships on how things just relate to one another. So this here is definitely kind of tells me that this may be having to do with relationships, possibly, but don't really know where this is going to go. Then we see that she has this little kitten, the little angel does. So again, this can go in many different directions. So let's see where this takes us. So we're going to start out with some oracle cards. And these are the Akasha oracle cards. Which I'm probably saying wrong. Okay, so we have open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. So kind of sounding like we're opening up to others, possible relationships. Bravery. You're being asked to make a tough decision. That's what's been putting you off because of fear, which is understandable, but you do have the strength and the bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. Discovery. New ideas, people, or opportunities may be coming your way. While there is still work to do to reach your goal, you may discover new strength and passions along the way. Find the lesson. Something has happened and it stopped you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you need to grow. There is no such thing as failure, so pick yourself up, learn from it, and keep going. Compassion. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself, to give yourself a break instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend. Be a loving comforter who always has your back. Resolution. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with, it's about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always have to happen in the way you hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. So, let me just see if I can get these all here. So, with that beginning opening, I'm getting the sense that something may have happened that maybe made you close off with relationships. Maybe someone kind of made it so that you don't trust somebody, or you don't trust like you used to. Sometimes that happens. But you're being asked now to open up, that you're brave, you have that. And you may be asked to look at new people, maybe look at people and look at what new people have to offer. Find the lessons, what happened before. is there something in what happened that you can use? Does it have, what is it teaching you? You know, what was it trying to show you? When that happened, what was going on? Out of what happened, what light did it show on you? What was the outcome of it? Sometimes when we go through hard times and people kind of maybe break our trust, or you know, we have rude awakenings and we're like, you know, I'm never going to trust anybody again. There's a reason why we go through that, and we have that aha moment. But then we also need to find compassion for ourselves, and even sometimes we need to find the compassion for the person that may have broken our trust. We need to find compassion for that person who just kind of hurt us. You know, we also need to find a resolution, because if we don't, you know, a couple of things can also have happened, is that maybe that person doesn't even realize what they did, so they may not even realize you no longer trust them, number one. And then the other thing is, they may realize it, but how is that really helping anything? Does that make you feel any better? And how is that affecting both of you? I mean, is it really solving the problem? You know, are you just going at odds against each other? Do you keep, you know, these two cards here, I keep seeing, you know, you keep facing each other, but is anything getting resolved? Or with these two here, do you both just keep reliving the past and nothing gets solved? So again, it's just looking back and just trying to see, what do we learn from this situation? Did you learn something? And if this person does realize that they did something, do they realize what they did? Do they realize that they hurt you? Do they realize that they may have betrayed you? But going forward, you need to open up. And if maybe you told that person something, and they told somebody else, maybe you opened up your heart to that person, and they did something. Maybe it was your best friend who just, you know, basically told somebody something that they shouldn't have. But it's time to maybe start trusting people again. And again, you don't have to do it overnight. You don't have to, you know, talk to everybody. You don't have to trust everybody in the world. But it may be time to start letting one or two people in, because you don't want to be alone all the time. You need to have, somebody needs to have your back. You need somebody to be able to open up to. And you may be brave. You may be able to handle things, but you don't want to walk this. At some point in time, you can't handle everything on your own, because at some point in time, you may need assistance. And you also, with having the compassion for yourself, you also can't blame yourself for what happened if you did trust this person and they did let you down. And going back to the clean energy card for food, is that you need to clean your mind. You need clean energy. You need clean food for thought. And that's what this discovery is. Maybe that gave you some, you know, maybe you did trust somebody who you shouldn't have. And maybe that gave you a time to reflect on who you should and shouldn't trust. Again, compassion for yourself, because maybe you made a mistake. We all make mistakes. But again, have compassion for yourself. But you do need to somehow reach a resolution, because you do need to let this go so that you can move forward, so that you can start opening up. We're going to get some more oracle cards. These are the Beast Soul Oracle. You also need to protect your energy. Having, not opening up and just keeping closed also just keeps it locked inside. Can also drain your energy because you're not bringing anything new in. You're not letting your energy flow to renew your energy. Complex octopus, complex multiplying creativity. Discover a different version of yourself and discover the power of transformation. Again, we've got another discovery card. Maybe you just need to discover a new version of yourself. Not remake yourself, but transform yourself to a version that you feel comfortable with. Smart Walrus, intensity, attentiveness, ferocious. Say no to violence and show your strength in a gentle way. Fearless Dragon, honor good fortune, individuality, ignite the passion ignite the passion fire within your soul. Curious Cat, independence, intuition, balance, get close to nature and feel the mysterious magic of nature. I love how the two cats fall underneath each other. Powerful Shark, comprehensive progress, improvement. You have to trust your instincts. Maybe when you told this person this, you were trusting your instincts and you thought, again, this person you could trust that you opened up to, and it didn't turn out the way that you had planned. Carefree Squirrel, preparedness, practical, manifest, master all hidden treasures, help you guard the things that matter most. Fierce Wolf, intelligence, instinct, protect. Fierce Hunter and protector, be the guardian and guide of my journey. So again, what I'm sensing here is that we've got discovery, we've got, say no to violence and gentle strength, passion, ignite the passion, trust, guardian. It's you want to move forward, but yet you want to protect yourself, which makes total sense. You want to start a relationships again. You want to start to let people in, but you're kind of hesitant on letting your guard down because what happens if you let somebody in and they do this to you over again. But again, you have to start someplace. You can't, maybe talking to the person that this happened with, maybe you don't see them anymore. But even without them, putting them aside, taking them out of the picture totally, you need to reach a resolution with yourself. You need to come to terms with yourself that whatever the situation is, it happened. And you need to come to some sort of resolution and an acceptance that, yes, this occurred, but how do I move forward? How do I move forward and let my guard down, learn to trust my instincts again, and let people in and have faith that that my decision is right. So that can take, again, you want to bring down some walls, but maybe getting a few people, start building your circle of friends again. Start building that circle of people that you can trust, but maybe not letting everybody in at once, but start building it gradually. Start letting in people one at a time. Let one or two people in that you can count on. And trust your instinct, and then just gradually, you've got to have faith in yourself. You've got to trust because you've gotten yourself this far. Start transforming yourself. Start, believe that you have the strength. You got through whatever you got through, whatever the circumstance was. You got through it and you got to the other side. You have to have trust in your own instincts. You have to guard yourself, but you can't guard yourself from living your life. And you need the clean energy. And right now, by keeping yourself so guarded, your energy is still living in the past. So that's not clean energy. That is just that. It's like when you're in a building and they keep using the recycled air. It's like you just keep using that recycled energy over and over again, and it's not clean energy. It's just recycled energy. You need good, clean energy. Maybe take a walk in nature. Get close to nature so that you can reconnect. And again, for some bizarre reason, I used leaves today, which was right out in nature. So I'm maybe taking a walk, taking a hike, maybe finding that one friend that you know you can count on and going on a hike with them, taking a walk. It doesn't have to be a hike. It can just be taking a walk around a park or whatever, going out and sitting out in your backyard, sitting on your porch, whatever. But just reconnecting with the outside nature and finding that one person that you can talk to, and just saying, just talking and getting something out. Okay, so let's take a look at what the current energy is. But keeping in mind, you have to just let this past go. Because if you keep going back and forth, if you keep also, I'm sensing, looking at yourself as, what did I do? You're never going to move forward. And I feel like you're just going to be locked in this situation forever. And ever is an awful long time. And remember, have compassion for yourself. And maybe if nobody knows what you went through, or if nobody knows what happened, maybe again talking with somebody about it, which might be a brave step. If something happened that no one else is aware of, maybe talking to a friend about it. And especially if this person that did this to you is in your circle, that you actually have to see every day, that might be helpful for you. But again, always protect yourself, but at the same time, get yourself to the point where you can have somebody to trust, so you can start building that circle of friends again, so you can start, talking to people and living your life. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So with the Ace of Pentacles, that tells me that something good's coming in, that good things are going to move forward, that what you've been expecting, that, maybe commitments, maybe you're going to move on to a new job, maybe that there is, maybe somebody new's coming in, that you're going to feel that you can trust. Maybe other people are going to start coming in that you feel you can start building that circle of friends with. But again, I don't see it happening quickly. I see it happening gradually. I'm seeing like the daffodils, just very slowly as it comes in. The Emperor in reverse, I feel that sometimes you don't think you are powerful. You don't have the strength to do this. But I'm feeling that you really do. You definitely, you can move on. You can go forward. You can go on from where you had been. That whoever did this, whoever you had faith in, you saw as having you saw this person, you looked up to this person. Yeah, you looked up to this person. And for the people that are coming in, you're not going to make that same mistake. You thought this person may have been better than you, and they really weren't. And you're not going to make that same mistake again. That's kind of what I'm sensing. Yeah. Because in here, you saw that person as somebody, as an authority who had it together. And that's not, and by whatever they did, that's why you trusted this person. And that's why it's so hard for you to accept. The Tower in reverse, it's you're looking for a way to start rebuilding your life. You're looking for a way to start putting the pieces back. And with the Devil card, okay, then we've got Three of Cups and the Magician. Okay. So the energy around this situation that happened, I'm getting the sense that this person that kind of made you feel like you couldn't really trust and that you had to put your guard up, and that right now you're ready to move on. But you're still hesitant. But the energy around this person that kind of made you put your walls up, this person may have been somebody of authority or somebody that you thought had some kind of authority. This person could have been somebody that you thought had it all together. This could have been a friend, a boss, even a partner. Doesn't really matter who the person was, but it was definitely somebody that you looked up to. And, they somehow brought you in, and it was some kind of, I don't want to say you might have idolized them. You definitely looked up to them. And it may have been a group. Yeah, and this person here you may have thought had more than what they really had. But again, I'm thinking all an illusion. And now you're kind of realizing that they may have not been as what they have seemed. And now you're realizing that this person who you trusted, who you thought had it all together, who you thought was, you might have wished that you could have been like them, or, something to that line, that they were not that they were definitely not what they seemed to be. Appearances may have been misleading. And yet, you may have thought this person was strong, had it all together. And, it was like you might have idolized, it was like, you really, or they somehow may have had you following them. Sometimes you know how like when you get in a group or a clique, you have that one person who's like the leader of the group, and because they might have, if you remember, like back when you were in high school, you used to have the cliques, and that's what I'm getting with this card. And they had it all together, and they really, then when you actually found out that they didn't really have it as good as what they portrayed as having it. And that's what I'm getting here. So this here could have been a group of friends who you might have been at work, and it was a cliquey group, and maybe they did something that they weren't supposed to. Or maybe the leader of that group or that clique shared something that shouldn't have been shared. And you're like, I am so over this. And now you're looking at getting into clean energy, and maybe setting up, getting a new source of friends who you're like, I'm never doing the cliquey thing again. I just want to rebuild my friends. I want to move away from this type of energy. I want to rebuild it. And I want to rebuild my friendships. I want to rebuild, that kind of foundation, but with people who I know I can trust, who aren't built on maybe material things, but who are built on trust, friendships, true friendships, that sort of thing, not on false pretenses or illusions. Because all we know is that when we build things on, they all come tumbling down eventually. And sometimes people portray themselves as being strong and having it together, and that can be just an illusion. But I'm definitely getting it had to do with some type of a group with a leader here. And what comes to mind is back when being in high school and school is when you had that cliquey group. And even in jobs, you have that cliquey group. And I'm thinking even, sometimes you have it, even, you have those friends, that you go out partying with, you go out having dinners with and stuff, and that can be the same thing. But you've had it. It's just like, somebody said something, and that's where you're done with it. But you were definitely pulled into this, and you were a part of it, and then you saw it. And now with the Tower card, you're ready to start putting things together. You're ready to rebuild your life and rebuilding your friendships and stuff. But you're not looking at going back to here with this group. Okay, let's get some current energy on how we're headed. I'm really sorry you had to do this or go through this. Okay, we have the Tower card again. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Oracle of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, the World, the Champion of Pentacles, and the Oracle of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. So we've got the Tower card, which is sudden change or sudden developments. And with that sudden developments, I'm not taking this yet. We see the Fire card and all that lovely stuff. But I'm not taking that as, I see things happening. I see that maybe this person here may be coming back in, and they may be trying to bring you back into this. As they see you trying to rebuild your life, they may be trying to pull you back into the fold. And with this card here, they may reach out to you. They may try to reach out to you, which is going to be all of a sudden, reaching out and trying to pull you back in. And here you're strong, because the Queen Oracle of Swords is the Queen of Swords, and you're going to be like, yep, no, I'm done with that. You know, I'm rebuilding my life. You know, I'm moving on. I've got all kinds of options with the World card. I can do anything I want to do, and I've pretty much done here. You know, we've already done this, and I'm not going around in circles again. You know, we've already done this, and I don't want to go back to this way of life. And so you're basically, you know, and I think what they're going to see is that the reason why that they want to pull you back isn't for the benefit of you, but for the benefit of them. It's basically, it's just for them. It's like, you know, they just want to pull you back in because it makes them feel better. And with the Champion of Pentacles, on their part, it's just kind of like wasted time. They're going to try, but it's just like on their part, going back to energy, it's wasted energy. It's, you know, it's like they're just wasting their time because you don't want to go back into that. With the Oracle of Cups or the Queen of Cups, you have now, I think with here, when you were with this group, you may have had to be a certain way, you may have had to look a certain way, that kind of thing. But as you clean your energy and you come back to yourself, you now love yourself. You love yourself for who you are, what you have, and you know, you're also looking at loving life again. And sometimes when you're in cliques, you look at yourself the way they see you, and you don't necessarily love yourself because you're not like them exactly. You may not look like them. You may not be exactly like them. You might not have what they have, you know, even though it may just be an illusion on their part. But now you love yourself because you've realized that you are strong. You do have what you want. You know, you are satisfied with you. So you now love yourself, and you don't really want to go back to this. So what I'm sensing here is they may try to bring you back into the fold, but they're just wasting their time because you now realize you have what you need, and you know how to think for yourself. You're not you're not a follower anymore. You're now a leader, and you can lead, and you know how to make your own decisions. So, congratulations to you. Now we're going to get you some angel card numbers. Sorry about my dogs. Good luck. Spirit guides, progress, justice, structure, systems, process, conditioning, and rules. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall to pieces. And that's number 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, progress. 14. Light up. Mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, quality. Focus on your needs and desires and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. We were just talking about new friends coming in. There you go. Good luck. Light up. New friends will come in if you allow them to. Again, trust your instincts. You know, no, I definitely do not recommend just letting anybody come in just because they knock on your door. But trust your instincts on letting people in. You'll know. And I think that you were maybe around this clique for so long that it may have been a group that you had been around for years, and it was just easier, and it may have been the way that they thought or this person thought, and they may have made you feel like you were dependent on them or you couldn't survive without them. And you have the strength, and you have the strength to be on, you can do anything. Seriously. Okay, the final two oracle cards. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Exactly. Is this situation an easy situation? No. Is it a fearful? Yes. We all have our fears. We all have our fears about when we meet new people. We all have those fears. Though you're not alone on that one. But just work through them. You will get through this. Nothing is set in stone. Mutable moon. Nothing is set in stone. Everything is day by day. Things change. As we do these readings, everything changes. It all depends on what your choices are and what you decide. It all depends on what you decide to do every minute, second of the day. So thank you for joining me in this reading. I hope it was helpful. Please like and subscribe. Please join me again. Please leave a comment. I would love to hear your story if you would like to share it. Thank you. Okay, welcome back, Pile 3. You chose the release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but hold resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. This rune here talks about joy and light. So this is telling me that if you have money, money brings joy, of course, because it allows us the opportunity to get things that we want. It allows us to do things that we want, but we can also use that to help others, to bring things to their life, to bring joys to their, and sometimes we look at joys as doing things and that sort of thing, but sometimes people who don't have certain things, sometimes just bringing them food, sometimes just allowing them a roof over their head, that brings joy. And sometimes that brings light because it lightens up their issues. And then this leaf here, just kind of, and then also we have the light there as well. And this also means light as well. And I just realized that as I was just looking at the leaf. And the leaf kind of reminds me of that flame right there too. So this rune, you see the joy and the light, and this angel here is lighting the way to help people find that joy, and that lighting the way to help people as well. So again, money, yes, we hold resentments if we don't have enough, but sometimes it depends on how you meaning. To me, if you have enough money to keep a roof over your head and get what you need, that's a good place to be. But wanting more, and depending what wanting more, everybody wants more to be able to do things, to have certain things. And then we sort of look at others who do have a lot more, and then that to me is where the resentment comes in. But going off from that, let's see where this reading takes us. So we're going to be looking at the Akashic Records Oracle, which I'm probably saying wrong. And maybe you've had some financial issues. Maybe you've had some money worries in the past. Or maybe I'm also going to go on the other side, is that maybe you have money where you've actually helped others. Maybe you were in this financial issues where you don't like the way our money system is, and you've actually have been able to help others. Okay, so we have walking away. You're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul's purpose. Find the lesson. Something has happened and it stopped you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you need to grow. There is no such thing as failure, so pick yourself up and learn from it and keep going. Healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and open heart. Take charge. You're taking back a back seat in a relationship or situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. You need to step up and regain control once again. Trust in yourself. You've got this. You've worked hard to get this far, and you have the ability to create the things you desire. Learning to trust in yourself and your abilities will take you to your highest timeline. Patience. You're being asked to practice patience right now. It is not easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. So, in relation to this resentment of money card and abundance, maybe there's something that you've been trying to bring forth. Maybe you are trying to start a business. Maybe you're just having some issues around finances. And maybe you're just having some, maybe you just don't have enough, or maybe somebody around you doesn't have enough. Or you've tried to create something and you feel like maybe it's time to walk away from something. And maybe there was an opportunity that you chose and it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. So the opportunity isn't bringing you the financial gain or the abundance that you wanted it to. And what I'm sensing is maybe the abundance doesn't necessarily, I know this card focuses on money, but maybe it wasn't necessarily finance. Maybe there was something else involved that you wanted. Maybe there was something else. Maybe there was recognition. Maybe there was somehow authority, power. You wanted it to be recognized for something as well. And with the healing card, maybe you wanted to take charge. Maybe this was an opportunity that if you got this opportunity that came in, this could lead you to bigger and better things. And something happened. Something happened where it did not turn out the way that you wanted it to. Find the lesson. There was something that happened that did not quite pan out the way that you needed it to. There's still something else that you need to learn. There is still something else, maybe bigger and better. There is still something else that you need more information. You need to grow from it. This situation that did not pan out for you and that you're walking away from, it seems like it's the right thing. You need time to heal from it. You need to take charge. You need to regroup and set yourself onto a new path. You're going to transform from it. Yes, it may not have turned out the way that you wanted it to, but with you take charge, with you basically turning around and saying, yes, I've learned from it. This is what I got out of it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. And the reason why I'm saying light is this person here is holding this up, and this reminds me of the candle that the angel is holding, that you can still get something out of this. You just need the patience, and you need to trust in yourself. You need to trust in your intuition. You need to trust that although this situation did not turn out, you did not gain maybe the recognition, you did not gain the abundance, you did not gain what you wanted out of this situation. You still need to trust in yourself that you're headed in the right direction. Maybe you need to go back and you need to reevaluate. But with these cards here, even the little badger or beaver or whatever this is, they're still heading forward. So you're still heading in the right direction, but you may need to reevaluate the situation so that to get you going, to continue you on your journey, to get you where you feel that you are financially stable, to get you where you feel that you have reached your goal, or to get you back into an opportunity that you feel is meant for you. A lot of different things are coming in on this one. That this is a collective reading, so I'm getting a lot of different information coming in, because I can go off on a couple of different ways with this one. So let's go ahead and get some more information. But yeah, I'm feeling that you're basically, it's time to regroup. It's time to regroup, reevaluate, to heal, to learn again how to trust what you see, trust what you take in, and be patient with yourself and trust yourself. And with this card here, with the way that she is, I'm just thinking sleep on it. It's going to come to you. But with this card here, sometimes we have to also walk away from situations to realize and reevaluate situations with finding the lesson, to understand and to realize maybe what happened, and to realize what we need to do the next time or what we shouldn't do going forward. And I apologize for the dogs. Okay. One more card. Okay, so we have sensitive deer, clarity, adaptability, divination, pay attention and use your keen sight. So, as I had mentioned before, as you're reevaluating, as you're looking at what happened, as you're looking at things, pay attention to the details. You know, use your insight. You've gone through this. What do you know now that you didn't know before? You know, what could you have used? What would have been helpful going through this? Playful raccoon, courage, problem solving. Reveal any secrets or deception in your life. You know, what in the deception isn't necessarily, and I'm noticing that this one here, and both of these wear masks. Was somebody, when you were going through this, was anybody wearing a mask? Was somebody not showing their true self? Were you not being your true self? Were you pretending to be somebody else so that you could get ahead? And I know that we do that sometimes, which is really kind of sad, that we just can't show people who we really are. We have to pretend. We have to wear many masks in life, to get through life, which is really sad, because people are wonderful people if people just take time to get to know them. And when we have to wear masks for different things, our work mask, our home mask, and it's really just, if people could just be who they really were, it would be so wonderful. So, was anybody not showing their true self, or was somebody, were you picking up on they were saying one thing and doing something differently? Loyal dog, honesty, loyal, dependable. Someone will protect you and guide you between heaven and earth. So I'm getting a sense here that as you start over or as you move forward, somebody's going to come in, and whether this be somebody you decide to work with, or maybe a mentor, somebody's going to come in and help you along the way. Spirits and guides might protect you. They might guide you as well, but you're going to be protected. Somebody's going to come in and they're going to help you, and they're going to guide you, and they're also maybe going to shield you. Somebody else may have shielded you a little bit from what you had gone through, but somebody's going to protect you even more. You may even protect yourself after having gone through this. Now you may be even the one protecting yourself, because you've already gone through this. So going forward, you know what to expect. You know what could happen again. So you may be the one protecting yourself. Cunning fox, cleverness, deduction, persistence. Quickly discover your hidden talents. So on this journey, finding the lessons, maybe now, after having, again, gone through whatever you've gone through, and now you're reevaluating, out of this, you might have figured out that you have acquired skills that you never knew that you had. You're reevaluating. Does anything show up there so that you want to move forward? Maybe you're moving forward into a business, and you're starting out with, maybe you're going to be creating your own business. Maybe you've got skills that never came up before. And that's where you're discovering your own true talents, and maybe you were heading in a direction that you weren't meant to go in, and now that you're finding out more about yourself, you're transforming into a totally different way that you're going to be happier. You're going to find joy in what you do. And this path here, even though it may not have been the path you wanted to go down originally, you're finding a new path that's starting to light your way. So this path here that turned out to be not going, how do I say this? The path that did not end favorably ended up lighting your way for you going down your true path, which is going to find you joy. Purifying frogs, rebirth, cleansing, revitalizing. Let go of the past, accept the new beginnings, and find the path to a new start. And again, that's exactly, which was a mouthful, that I was just talking about. This path here is the path that's ending. You're now, with these cards here, finding your new path. That's something that I feel that you're going to find joy in, and this path here is lighting the path, or started to light the path to the new path that you're on. And when you go down this path, you're going to find that joy. It's going to light up. And by doing that, I believe and feel that you're going to find that abundance. And it's not going to be just in money, because you can have all the money in the world, but it still is not going to bring you happiness and joy. Yes, it can buy you things, and yes, it can buy you friendships, and it can buy you nice cars and buy you nice clothes. But is that really true joy? Is that really going to buy you You can't buy love, and you can't buy true friendship. That only comes from the heart. And so by going down something that you truly love and are passionate about, that comes from the heart. That doesn't come from money. And that's my true belief. So let's get some more information about this situation or the current energy. Because people can have all the money in the world and still be the loneliest people. And I feel that this path here that you were going down it. But with these cards still looking back, you were still looking back. And you might have just been kind of, with this person sleeping, you were just heading down that path. You were just following because maybe that's what you thought you were supposed to do. Because you thought that maybe if it was something that you were doing, maybe people in your family had always did that. And you thought that was your calling, but it really wasn't. Whatever this new path that you're going down, this is your true calling. And here you're trusting yourself. You're trusting, you're finding the trust in yourself, and you're being patient. And going down this new path, you're also going to find people that in this area that you're finding happiness in and that you're going to enjoy doing, you're going to find people that are loyal to you. And I also feel you're going to find more than just money. You're going to find more than material. You're going to also find satisfaction. And here's where you're also going to come to life. You're going to find your new beginnings. You're going to find that transformation. And you're going to find, I think, a new community of people who you feel you're going to fit in with. Yeah, I really feel like here, even though I do know this is a card of healing, I feel like with this card here, it just keeps coming. You were just following. So we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Emperor. The Ace of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. So with this energy here, I feel that you are following that path because you thought it was a path that you loved. You felt strongly. And you thought it was going to lead you to money. You thought it was going to lead you to the financial gain that you always wanted. And the messaging that you were getting, like from others, was all positive. And you thought it was the job of your life. You thought it was the path that you truly and wanted to be on. And again, with the Eight of Wands, I feel like you were just, because of all of these birds, you were just following. You were following the path that others had followed, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm sensing that I'm getting that you thought that it was something that you originally did love, or you felt that you loved it. And there was a very strong desire, and there still is a strong desire to achieve great things, achieve great wealth, material things. And with this card here, there, with the Elder of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles, there you have the ability to do this. It's not like you don't. But there was something on your path that changed you, that didn't quite work out for you. And again, I'm coming back to this here where you were following. You were following maybe in someone's footsteps. You were following family footsteps. You were following because that's the way it was always done. And again, there is nothing wrong with that. I'm sensing with this card here is that you're a strong person. And this here, you might have been doing it out of love. So all positive energy. But again, I'm sensing that this may have not worked out for you because you may not have been, you may have been doing it not for yourself, but out of the sense of tradition, out of the sense of this is the way it was always done. Gonna get some more oracle cards. More tarot cards. To look at this path ahead. Yeah, I'm getting a sense of you're definitely doing it out of the love of you. Definitely, whatever you went through or whatever you were trying to do, it was definitely out of the sense of love for something. And you were definitely strong. Or the reason you were doing it was definitely a strong reason. Commitment, maybe. And the end result is that you were doing it for gain. And again, some type of an abundance of gain. And you were following. And again, I'm really sensing following out of, because that's the way that they did it. Family. Maybe I keep hearing because that's what my family did, or that's the way that we've always done it. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, which means coming into this new area, you're going to be creative. You're going to start creating stuff. So whatever you're moving forward on, so we've moved away from whatever this was. You've decided, you're reevaluating what you were doing. you're starting to walk away from there. You're starting to go down a path that where you want to where you're looking at finding joy in what you do, finding joy and finding light, rather than maybe going down a path where, yes, you may try to love what you do, you may be strong in it, you may find abundance, and you're going to follow in maybe a long line of people before you, but you may not truly love it in your heart. You may not find that joy and that light in your life like you would creating something, using your creativity. Then we have the Six of Wands. And with the Six of Wands, you're going to be recognized for what you do. And I think the people who may have tried to have you follow maybe in their footsteps or something are going to recognize that what you're setting out to do is awesome, and that you're following your own heart, and that is extremely important. Then we have the Ace of Swords, which with the Ace of Swords, you're thinking for yourself. You're not thinking for somebody else. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. And with the Six of Pentacles, you're sharing with others. Not just yourself. So besides yourself, you're actually going to be sharing. Because here, we have it here, and you're actually bringing it in. You're actually giving to others. You're not just taking for yourself. So you're definitely, you're sharing your success. You're bringing joy to others. Then we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And you're not, because you're sharing, and people would have thought maybe that because you chose your own path, people might have doubted this. People might have doubted that you were going to have lack of support and that you were not going to have enough. But with the four of, well, I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of Pentacles, people may have doubted you, but you've showed them. And you've showed people that you're not helpless. You're good, because you're back here and you've got enough to share. And so you've actually proven to people that you didn't need to follow. You didn't need to, I want to say, be in somebody else's shadows. You could follow, you could go down a different road, a different path, and you had enough, and you still had enough to share. You still were able to create something, and you could still support others, and you had plenty to share. So, you weren't going to not have enough. And so back here where we started off like resenting money and resenting certain things, that card, you're going to find joy. You're going to have, in that light, you're going to have light, because you're going to find the joy and the light that you need, and you're going to be recognized. So, yeah, it's all, yeah, I love the way that this is ending. So let's go ahead and let's get some angel numbers. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we have to go down our own roads to find where we are. And it's very scary. But sometimes, people want to make sure you're safe, and people want to make sure you're taken care of. That's why if they know it worked for them, then of course it's going to work for you. But sometimes you have to choose a different road. Because sometimes what's right for one person isn't necessarily right for the other. the first angel number we have is 333. Growth, creativity, which goes with the Ace of Wands. Joy, which goes with this here. Community, vision, and talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inwards, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your self-purpose and contributions to your community. And I also want to remember, didn't we talk about your talents and stuff? Yeah, your hidden talents. 222, alignment, connections, friendships, romance, relationships, family ties, balance, life, choices, compromise, commitment, and trust. How do you move forward towards your life's true calling? Do you makes you happy? Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest. If it's piqued by something, follow these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. Again, that's what we've been talking about. You're following your true life's purpose. What makes you happy, what brings you joy and lights up your life. Again, it may be different than what maybe people had planned for you, but what lights up your life? What makes you happy? What brings you joy, and what lights up your life? Let's grab 2 more oracle cards before we end this reading. Okay, we have a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So I feel that, yes, this has definitely been a hard road for you. It has not been easy, but I believe that it's going to be a win-win in the end. You're going to prove something to yourself, you're going to prove something to others, and your life is going to end up being balanced out because you're going to have both a job maybe that you love or a purpose that you really truly love, and you're going to find joy in it. And then work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. This came out in another reading. Yeah, there's a lot of fear here. Maybe whatever you're trying to do, maybe it's going to be a one step at a time process, because there is a lot of fear when you walk away from something, or you change something, or you go down a different path in your life. It's not easy. But work through those fears of changing if this is what your true path is, if this is what you truly want. Again, nothing is ever easy. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy. It's one step at a time. Thank you for joining me with this reading. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this reading. Please join me again. Please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your story. Hope you join me again. Thank you.